Hi, beautiful souls. This is Srimanju. Welcome to Life is Magical podcast, and it's episode 30. I'm excited to be sharing this episode with you all, and I'm choosing the topic why Reiki, what it does, as a topic to bring into that beautiful energy of where my journey began around 12 years ago, and here so excited to be talking about it. Thank you guys for listening in and tuning in every other week to check in what the podcast has to offer and sending you messages. And when I connect to you, I get to hear the stories, how you're taking in the notes. I love it. And please do review, leave a review, and share with your friends, as well as the more you share, the more the knowledge goes in. We are raising the vibrations, frequencies of each and every soul around us as well, definitely. And if any thoughts come in, you would like me to expand more, please drop in your message. By the details are below in the show notes. I'll be super grateful to connect to you and able to share those details and get to know you as well. Yeah. So with that, take back, bring your cuppa and enjoy this episode as I share all the beautiful information about the Reiki energy. So Reiki energy came into my life when I was 28 and gave birth to my second child. I already have a 2-year-old toddler at the time. And when my second child came in, she had a few health issues with allergies and acid reflux. And she would be crying for a couple of hours in the night and not stop it. For after 3 to 4 hours, and she wouldn't even go from me to my husband or my husband to me. She would be so in pain and curled up, and that would break my heart. And at one time, we were invited for a sleepover to a friend's place who was into Reiki, and I would tease him as a voodoo. Um, and on that evening, she started her usual cry with the pain, and we knew it was going to happen, and there is nothing we could do. And they also had a young child. And he offered, can I do Reiki to her? And all my question was, hey, as long as you don't give her any medications, I'm okay with it. We can give it a try. If it can help her, why not? Yeah. And he did promise me it's totally safe and there is no side effects to it. And the only side effect is like she'll feel better or pain will reduce, but let's give it a try. Yeah. With that, he held her, and I was even surprised that she would even go to him at that moment of crying tone. And she stopped crying within few minutes, even literally like 2 minutes even. She stopped crying. I still remember that image of it. I was surprised, shocked as well, how she stopped crying. And she slept through the evening that day or evening night. And I was awake one more time, um, thinking, is she breathing? Is she okay? That still amazes me, no matter how many times I have shared this story at different sources, in my book, in my workshops, in the podcast before as well, in the other bits. But it's just like such a truth, I can't forget that a shift or a catalyst moment in my life, how she brought a change in my life. Yeah. So she slept through, and I said, this is amazing. I want to know more about Reiki. But as she was younger and I couldn't leave her and go and learn Reiki, when the timing came in months' time, I went ahead and learned. But in meantime, I was actually depending on him to ask for a few times Reiki distance healing. And every time he would send a healing, she would be feeling good, better. And that kept me going to deeper and deeper to know more about energy and what is it, where is it coming from, all that. I was super curious. Even though I'm a left brained skeptic, I am, if I see something working, I do absorb to it. I go in 100% with it then. Yeah. And before Reiki, this is always what I refer to, before and after Reiki. Before Reiki, at the time, like, I was perfect as per my mind thought, and I was having some health issues myself, with the depression, between the jobs, tensions, emotional health challenges, and also some family drama happening. With all that, I was quite not in a good place, and there was no identification to my illness as well. The doctors just said it's a joint inflammatory arthritis. Why I was not able to get out of the bed for 20 minutes, why my muscles and bones hurt, every part of it, and why I was not able to stay focused, anything like, so that was the puzzle part to me as well at the time. And I said, okay, maybe this is it. I was on steroids as well, and nothing was helping me. So fast forward, because Reiki was working for my young girl, so I said I'm going to learn this so I can share this tool for her, rather than asking my friend, who was very generous to do it, but still part of me was not comfortable in asking for. And doing that, so I started learning Reiki. And I remember the day one, we had like 16 people in the group. I was so uncomfortable. I'm an extrovert, but I felt very intimidated in that place, because that was not a usual place you hang out with people at the time, when you're not even into the spiritual side of your life, right? And started sharing the story. And in the morning we were initiated into Reiki, and in the afternoon we had to practice on each other Reiki. And while practicing Reiki, my fellow partner said he felt so good, the body was tingling and felt so relaxed and deep state. I said, like, oh, maybe you're making up, like, I don't believe this. But when I received Reiki for first time, I knew exactly what he meant and what happened to my daughter as well. Until that moment, I never received Reiki, so I could only imagine it. But that moment was just blissful moment, yeah. And there was a homework given to us to practice Reiki for 21 days, which I did religiously every single evening, meditation and Reiki. And in 6 weeks, there was the level 2 workshop coming up, and I said, I'm going to enroll it, even though at the time financially it was hard and challenge between the jobs and having 2 crash fees to pay for. But when it's meant to, it will happen, right? So I was able to go back into level 2, sit with the workshop. And as we got to share our story on level 2, day 1 in the morning, I realized my life has been much better in 6 weeks. I was able to have a bit longer sleeps. My pains were getting better, and even though steroids were not working until then. And I found a person muscle tester who could identify what foods I was intolerant to, and she diagnosed with 60 foods, and she gave me a homeopath remedies as well to cleanse my system, because she said it's highly toxicated with the metals, with the virus, with the a lot of things, that it needs a good wash out here. So I did follow all that, and I saw slowly a new body being built into. And after level 2, I started thinking this is really good. It was a wake up call or awakening moment. I started thinking, this is amazing. If this can do in 6 weeks time, I'm going to learn this much deeply and practice it for others as well, like, and I slowly started talking about it. I wanted to change everyone. I would talk about this amazing tool I found, and hey, everyone has to be converted to learn Reiki, and practice at my corporate place as well with my colleagues if they had a sprain or a pain or injury as well. This naturally, the thought would come up to me, and with that, I slowly opened up my business to offer the healing sessions for people. And so I would do my day job, and in the evenings I would go into my clinic and offer the Reiki sessions. And in the meantime, I got to visit my muscle tester again, and she gave me, after 2 months of the remedies and the Reiki sessions, she said, my body is totally different. I'm only intolerant to 6 foods, and it's totally at a different frequency. It's moving, and whatever I'm doing, to continue doing it because it's really doing good. Yeah. Now, at this stage, the last time got tested with her was like only 6 food allergies I was into, which was I can survive, like, better than the 60 of them. Yeah. The other scientific thing as well proven was my eye testing. When I went my eye testing, the usual routine, at the time it was 1.25, and after Reiki came into my life, it came to 1, and now it's 0.25, which is amazing. Like, it's not quite often that you get your eyesights getting downwards, but it did happen. It's like another miraculous proven that the energy was working and doing some things that I needed to see. As a skeptic, I needed to see these proofs, and it was working. Yeah. And this is why I can't stop talking about Reiki, how simple it is, how easy it is that we can work with its energy and the beauty about it. Yeah. And I never get tired about talking and practicing it. Yeah, even though I was running parallelly my full-time job and a clinic, and on the weekends teaching Reiki as well. After completing my master teacher level, I started straight into it, or it called into me, and that is where I have begun my journey since 2009. My life has been like before Reiki and after Reiki. Yeah. So since then, I have been working on my conditions with arthritis. I say it's not there, even though it's a chronic thing. It's not active anymore in my body. Migraines as well. Like, the way I look at my conditions or the emotions as well, it's a totally different thing. In my toolkit, I have many tools as well, which helps me in surviving, making life a good place, better place. Every day is a new day. The frequencies are different to when I used to be in 2009. I used to even like say, why am I even surviving? What is there to live for? Like, what's happening with me? I was so at that depressive moment of my life. Yeah, I didn't even know the purpose of it. But now I know, why am I breathing? What is there to do? What is that I have to offer? Like, and got this because of Reiki. I got an opportunity to publish my book as well, Connect to Your Inner Guide, and with my friend work on kids affirmation cards as well. Like, so much beautiful things, and get to meet you all, some of the beautiful clients and students who have been my friends as well. Like, yeah, it's amazing. This life, I have never ever dreamt of it. But in a way, I knew I wanted to be a healer. But when I was early in my life, wanted to become a doctor, because that's the terminology you use. Like, being a doctor or an engineer was the only two qualifications you were offered. So I chose it. But unfortunately, because of the scoring, I couldn't get into that field, and I became moved into the computers and being a program manager. And then now completely owning myself to be a healer and a learner of this beautiful ocean of spirituality. The more I know, the little that I realize that I know, even there is so much of wisdom, there is so much of essence to life that we can consume in this place. Yeah. So that is my story, and I'm sure if you have been my client or in the workshops, you would have heard this before. You would have connected to me before at that level. But here, yeah, that is who I am. Yeah. And there is definitely some people from my school friends or the people before Reiki life, they wouldn't recognize me, or they wouldn't see me in the same place as where I am now. But this is what I just love about. Yeah. So Reiki is a Japanese healing technique which was rediscovered by a person called Dr. Mikao Usui. It's a technique for stress reduction, relaxation, and it promotes the healing. It's done by remotely or in person as well, laying on hands, and where its idea is about, like, there is a life force energy around us. It flows through us. We channel it into your body, and that makes your cells refresh and regenerate generate and activate and move the life force energy. Say for example, if the life force energy is stagnant or depleted, you feel tired, some chronic health or long-term health issues or short-term health issues, anything will come because there is no light there. There is more of a dark flow of vibe there. Yeah. And our cells don't heal faster as well. Like, we all have our own natural ability to heal, but with Reiki energy, it multiplies and it makes it faster as well to heal. Yeah. If you get sick, your recovery is faster with Reiki energy. Of course, there are any energy techniques as well, because they're all aimed at the same things, even though we name it differently. But with that, I have learned few other techniques, but I find Reiki that you can do in your sleep as well. There is no side effect. There is no ifs and buts. It's just so simple, easy. You can even watch TV and do Reiki on yourself. Yeah, that is how simple tools I teach as well, because I remember I started this journey when I have young children with full-time job and totally deep down in my pain levels as well, right? And this life force energy makes us be more alive, being more happy and healthy as well. Yeah. In this Reiki word, it's a Japanese word. Rei means higher power or a universe, and Ki means life force energy. So it's a universal life force energy. So I'm not using my energies. I'm not using anyone's energies. I'm using the life force energy that's around us in abundance. It's everywhere. The breath that you take, the air that we are in, from the plants, everything has life force energy. We are using that. So it's never my energy that I'm giving you, so I feel tired, but it's the universal energy that I'm channeling in, is what I'm giving, or letting it flow into your cells, into your body, into your chakras as well. Yeah, that's the reason, you'll feel lighter, you'll feel more floaty, you'll feel more energized as well. Reiki is that beautiful energy healing technique where it's been passed from master to teacher. Still, you can do it in person or distantly as well. Of course, in person is beautiful experience, but I have been doing for the last 2 years over the Zoom. It really works very well. We get initiated. And Reiki treats the whole person, including the body, emotions, mind, spirit, rather than just the condition of it. So think about, if you have a condition of a skin condition, psoriasis, Reiki is just not working on the psoriasis condition, but it is actually working on the bigger part of it. What is the reason of it? What happened? And where is it coming from? Yeah. Generally, if we have any health issues, there is also emotional energy trapped in us that brings this energy to be stagnant, and then it manifests into some health condition as well. So I'm always interested to know, hey, what has happened around that time when the pain started, a year before or 6 months before or a month before even, was there a trauma, was there a grief as well, and what was that part of our body teaching us by holding this energy, yeah, or illness even. Have been fortunate to be working with many multiple conditions with the people and see them feel better, get better, be on the recovery as well. And this month I got to celebrate 2 beautiful clients of mine who are cancer free. It is amazing to see them be in joyful mode. They did the hard work of being allowing the energy to flow in and heal them and their own mindset to work on. This helps in if we clear our energies, we can always feel good, and we are cooperating with our own growth as well. So Reiki is a complementary healing technique. It can complement with our medical therapies, with any alternative medicines as well, and complement other complementary therapies as well. It doesn't interfere with any medical things, if you're having a chemo or radiations or infusions, it doesn't interfere with it. It does allow you to heal better at cellular level, and also the karmic levels in the spiritual side as well, and clear the conditions if you're meant to be on that positive path. Yeah, it's a very, very simple technique. I wish it's been taught in the schools for young children as well, so it gives you a tool to work with. Yeah. And once you're attuned or initiated for lifetime, as this technique is flown from master to teacher. So think about, you are opening up your radio frequencies to receive in the Reiki energy, and you always will know when I want Reiki, you're tuning up into that frequency, or some other healing you want, you're opening up that frequency. Yeah. So this tapping into this unlimited supply of life force energy is one of the best gifts that we can ever give, and it never fades off. Even if you haven't been using Reiki for a long time, just think about the word Reiki and sit with it, and practice the techniques that you were taught in or refreshed by your manual, and start the flow or get reinitiated as well. It's always a beautiful portal to reinitiate yourself, and I know many people get it from time to time as well, reinitiated. It's just to feel that opening up, on and on. It's just like reading the same book multiple times, and you feel good about, as the characters are exploring or something new is coming up as well. And it doesn't really depend on what religion you are or what background you are from. It is open for everyone to try, receive it, and there is nothing that we need to do in order to receive. We just need to allow ourselves to be and be open with it, and it's not depending on any belief systems as well, and even either if you believe it or not, if it's to work for you, it will be working for you. When I say it, if it's not meant to work for you, is you may not notice immediate shift. For some people it will take a couple of sessions to see a shift. For some people maybe one session is enough to see the difference, and that's it, they won't come back again. But for some people it's an ongoing thing. I do have so many clients who come every month because they just love to anchor their self into this beautiful an hour of session. Just be present with themselves. It's much easier than meditating. So that's something that you can even think about, and doing it, and being there. For some people it could be a couple of times if there is a surgery coming up, or if there is chemo going on, or wedding happening, you want to get multiple sessions closer, so you're becoming prepared with that portal, and you're able to open it up. Yeah, so that's another good space to be at with. So when the healing session is happening, what one would feel like is maybe nothing is happening. You may not feel anything at all. Because at conscious level you may not be picking it up, but at subconscious level things are still flowing in. Wherever the shift has to happen, it will flow through and allow it to happen. Yeah. Each session, each person is different. Even if you're coming to me multiple times, each of the sessions are completely different. Or if you go to someone else as well, it's going to be different, because you're functioning at a different time space in that particular session. Or even I'm changing as well. My chakras will be shifting as well every day. So each individual experience is different, but overall, people will feel deep relaxation, or fall asleep, or snore, or tummy grumbles, or floating sensations, pins and needles. What else? The calmness, the peacefulness, or tingle sensation, throbbing sensations. These you might notice, pins and needles or twitches as well happens. Yeah. So all this can happen, or a couple of them might happen. Again, each session is so different to where we are with, but definitely you'll feel much lighter, as if you have left a baggage after the session. It could be done remotely or in person, but either way you'll feel much lighter. Yeah. And mentally as well, a lot of things get clear. Emotional as well, you'll feel you don't need to hold on to the past. You just need to allow yourself to flow. It becomes much easier. Your challenges no longer seem to be challenges as well, because in the peace state, everything is possible, and a lot of people do feel hey, they're sleeping better, their insomnia is gone. And there was a client who hasn't slept for 6 years, but after Reiki session, while in the Reiki session, he slept through. For 6 years he has been taking the sleeping pills. Without that, he hasn't felt sleep, but after that day, for next few weeks, he was sleeping better, until he got some other health issue that he had to go through another different sessions. Yeah. But that is the magic about it, how the healing works, and it always comes to us at the right time. And so yeah, um, the sometimes what happens is the triggers can elevate, like say for example you have a inflammation, the slightly the pain will be higher before it's easing up as well, like um, and a person will feel a wonderful glowing radiance, a deeply relaxing, and more clarity, more like flow of state comes in as well here. And yeah, I have worked with many multiple conditions, like with psoriasis to migraines to headaches to the health issues to womb endometriosis, childbirth issues to being fortunate to be working with newborn babies just born who are in ICU incubators, and also at the death, the transition phase, as well as the spirit leaving, like guiding them through as well, like so yeah, multiple phases. Even while breastfeeding, I was doing Reiki, so there is no side effect of Reiki. Before and after surgery you can do as well, like and I'm totally like gifted. Reiki came into my life, like I'm totally like at peace with it. Without that, I don't know where my life would have been at this stage. Like yeah, it helps us to even feel complete with yourself, which I never felt a completeness before in my life. Some of the physical benefits that you would come across with Reiki is with the chronic or acute illness or some health issues, major ones like heart disease, cancer, skin problems, flu, fatigue, headaches, back pain, or even our immune system, or relieving the pain. It aids in healing every known physical and mental illness. Like there are many documentaries as well that has been researched over Reiki. If you type up, like you will find loads of research now done. And also I think being served in the Reiki Federation of Ireland for 5 years, being seen with what Reiki Federation in London, UK has done is they also appoint Reiki therapists in their mainstream hospitals as well, with NGHS, like NHS, sorry. They do hire on the mainstream as well. So Reiki is quite popular now. It's no more like a voodoo or like anything that you need to be suspicious. Just give it a try and see what it can do to you. Yeah, either you have a pain, either you have illness or no illness, give it a try. So this can be tried even when you don't have an illness, like even though, like it could be like a day-to-day stress, like or better eating health, or better brainstorming ideas, better clarity as well. Like I do get another set of clients who have absolutely, they're blessed with a good health, but they just want to feel good in that way for a longer time. So they are looking after themselves by just anchoring into this nice energies. Yeah. And it works with the traditional medicines and improves the effect into our body, and also with the modern medicines, any toxins or side effect as well, it releases. Yeah, the functions of our glands or organs as well, it clears up, and energy centers are being cleansed, stagnant flow is being moved through as well. And if you feel like you're not able to achieve goals or overcome obstacles, Reiki healing will transform the thought process as well. Yeah, bring a clarity to our trauma, and have a better relation with ourselves and better relation with the people around us, because you feel calmer, improved memory or creativity, and a lot of people have felt like they are able to uncover their own gifts that have been submerged deep inside. With all that being cleared, they're able to connect to their own inner self as well. Yeah, it brings in the deep relaxation. The mind gets calmer, less chaotic, eases the depression, insomnia, lack of confidence, addictions as well, any fear-based illnesses as well, and also increases your intuition, your meditation levels as well. Yeah. So practicing Reiki has also helped me to develop or work on my own life spiritually, because there are 5 principles that we talk about. You can check on my episode 7, Reiki 7 5 principles, where I talk about them as well. They are by just for today concept, and that's powerful. That's intense, even though they are simple, but they are intense. Like, even by chanting those affirmations as affirmations or mantras, or by even sitting by each of the words, you will feel so much of transformation. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I'll be grateful. Just for today, I'll do my work honestly. Just for today, I'll be kind to every living being. So, by even trying to feel the energy of these just for today concept and sitting with these words, you are going to feel the shift and invite Reiki. Give at least a chance to try remotely or in person and see what you feel for. Or if you are ever drawn to learning Reiki, go for it. There is no harm you can do by learning Reiki, because it can do only good things for you or for others around you. Yeah. And when the time is right, Reiki will come into your path and knock the door. If it knocks your door a couple of times, go for it. Like, there is no reason why you can't learn. Like, we are all invited into this beautiful energy. And thanks to Dr. Mikao Usui, who rediscovered this beautiful energy. Yeah. So do check out, who are your local people whom you can hear or connect to, or check out on my website about the Reiki offerings. I love to hear your own stories. Has Reiki inspired you in your life? I love to hear what has it done to you. I love to connect. This is like talking to my soul tribe. I'm so happy to share this journey, share these words with you, and so grateful for you guys. Yeah. With that, thank you so much for listening in, tuning in to the episode 30, and please don't forget to review, leave a comment, or share with your friends. Thank you so much. Lots of love. Namaste. The light in me bows to the light in you. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Thank you.